Welcome back. Hello, I'm looking for advice because I really messed up. Life was seemingly perfect until that one fateful trip. My husband, 38, and I, 34 female, had been together for a decade, weathering both highs and lows with open communication and trust. However, 6 months ago, everything took an unexpected turn during my work assignment out of town. During that month-long trip, I found myself entangled in an affair with one of my colleagues. It was a mistake, driven by feelings of insecurity and doubt about my husband's loyalty. Our relationship had seen better days, and I let my emotions cloud my judgment. I did things with my coworker that I had never even dreamed of doing with my husband. And that's another aspect of my transgression that I feel broken about. We hung out at various bars, went to different hotels and motels even, when emotions ran high and desires wouldn't let us reach our hotel rooms. It felt like college all over again, and it was wild and exciting in a way it had never been during my marriage. It was heartbreaking to return home, but nevertheless we did, I to my husband, and him to his wife and newborn. After returning from the trip, I had intention of incorporating some of the things I learned during the trip in our bedroom to spice things up, but I was holding it back so my husband wouldn't get suspicious. But then a few days ago, I got a shocking diagnosis from a routine doctor's visit. Positive test results for HPV. The news hit me hard, and I'm overwhelmed with remorse and worry. I haven't told my husband about the diagnosis yet, as it would inevitably mean I'd have to come clean about the affair. And I'm torn between the desire to come clean and the fear of hurting him even more. I want to fix this. I want to repair the damage I caused and rebuild our trust. I know our relationship isn't perfect, but I believe in our love and the possibility of making it stronger. The burden of guilt weighs heavily on my heart. I understand he may not share the same optimism about our relationship, but I want to be there for him in every way possible if it came to that. I hope he confides in his best friend for support, as I know they share a special bond. Financially, we're stable, and I'm grateful for that. Money's never been a concern for either of us. We both have successful careers, no kids, and 2 beloved dogs. However, we do own a house in a different state that we're renting out, and we're currently renting a house in our current location. My husband was planning to move in with me when I relocate due to my assignment in a few months, but now that plan feels uncertain. I'm filled with regret and worry about breaking the news to him. I hope to seek advice on how to approach this delicate situation and salvage our marriage. The fact that my husband could also be at risk of HPV worries me deeply, and I want to ensure his well-being too. I hope that we can find the strength to heal and rediscover the love that brought us together in the first place. The road ahead is daunting, but I'm willing to take it step by step, seeking guidance and supporting each other through this challenging time. Update 1. I must gather the courage to share an update with all of you, as my life has taken an unexpected and devastating turn. I want to be honest about the mistakes I've made and the repercussions I'm facing now. After much contemplation, I finally decided to come clean with my husband about my HPV diagnosis. I knew it was the right thing to do, but I never anticipated the heartbreak that would follow. When I confessed about the STD, my husband started pressing me for more information, and eventually the truth about the affair came to light. The pain in his eyes and the shattered look on his face were unbearable. He couldn't fathom that I had betrayed him in such a way. He wanted details, and I did give some, but I held back because 1. I do not want to add that much more to his pain or aggravate him. 2. There was another party involved in this, my colleague, and I feel it's not my place to disclose information that's sensitive to him too. So in his anger and hurt, my husband has left our house, saying he needs space and time to process everything. I'm a complete mess. The guilt and remorse are eating me alive. I deeply regret my actions and wish I could turn back time. I understand that I've caused immense pain to the person I love most, and it breaks my heart to know that I've shattered his trust in me. Right now, I'm lost and broken, not knowing how to pick up the pieces. I never wanted to hurt him, and yet I did the exact opposite. I feel like I've ruined everything we've built together over the past 10 years, and I don't know how to fix it. The house feels empty without him, and I'm haunted by the memories of our happier times together. I wish I could turn back time and make different choices, but I can't change the past. I'm sharing this update not to seek sympathy but as a cautionary tale for anyone else who might be contemplating betraying their partner. The pain and consequences of infidelity are immense, and it's something I deeply regret. I'm not sure what the future holds for us. Right now, all I can do is give him the space he needs. I hope he heals fast and we could have an earnest discussion. I want to apologize to him. I need him to understand how remorseful I am and to fix the issues that led me to do this in the first place. I haven't reached out to my family or in-laws yet, and I hope it doesn't come to that. I do not want my husband to bring outsiders into this matter. I've kept my lips sealed, and I hope he does the same too. I want to thank everyone who offered advice and support in my previous post. I wish I had listened sooner, but unfortunately, I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Edit. My husband is a devoted Christian, so I know for a fact that he's against the divorce, as are his parents. They have a till death do us part even if my spouse is abusive mentality. I'm not particularly worried of divorce, but I'm scared our relationship will never be the same again. I don't want him to lose all respect for me. Final update. So things have taken a pretty crazy turn since my last update, and I wanted to share what's been happening. After I spilled the beans about my HPV diagnosis and the affair bombshell, my husband basically dipped out. Like, he just left our place and said he needed some time to process things. And honestly, I can't even blame him. I messed up big time. But here's the kicker. Turns out my husband's considering getting a divorce. Yeah, I know. Wild, right? He's all about his Christian faith, and divorce goes against his beliefs big time. Even his parents, who are super religious too, seem to be cool with the idea. And honestly, it's throwing me for a loop. I never thought it would come to this. I was so sure divorce was not on the table, even if my husband would want to divorce. I never thought his parents would ever support it. They love me, and I'm their favorite daughter-in-law, so I can't wrap my head around this new development. So I tried reaching out to him to talk and maybe figure stuff out, but his parents stepped in like the Avengers or something and shut down any communication between us. They're all about ending the marriage, and I'm kinda stuck on the sidelines, unable to explain myself properly. My husband's completely unreachable, and even if I were to drop dead, he has no means of knowing because he's that cut off from me. And then, to add more chaos to the mix, my parents showed up out of the blue. You know that saying about too many cooks in the kitchen? Well, let's just say it got loud real quick. At first they tried to come in, but I didn't let them, so they started going off at me under my patio. They were blaming me and calling me a ditzy and all other names for losing such a good man because I wanted a quick lay. I tried to get them to come inside so neighbors wouldn't hear, but they wouldn't. All this family drama is seriously complicating things even more. I'm feeling pretty lost right now. I never wanted any of this to happen, and I hate that my actions led us to this mess. I'm trying to come to terms with the possibility of losing the guy I thought I would be with forever. To everyone who offered advice and support last time, seriously, thank you. Your insights made me realize the importance of owning up to my mistakes and trying to fix things. This whole situation is like a roller coaster, and I'm just trying to find a way to hop back on track. It's messy and uncertain, but I'm not giving up just yet. If you find yourself in a situation like mine, please learn from my mistakes. Honesty and open communication are the cornerstones of any relationship, and the pain caused by betrayal is not worth any momentary pleasure. I'm pretty drunk right now, so excuse any errors in my post. I'll correct them in the morning. Edit. I don't know if my husband has HPV or not. We weren't that sexually active after I got back, and he insisted upon a condom every time. Comments. Sorry, but your regret doesn't cut it. You've shattered his trust and betrayed him in the worst possible way. Don't expect sympathy from anyone here. You made your bed, now lie in it. Sorry, but I have zero sympathy for you. You cheated on your husband, plain and simple. You made the choice to betray his trust and break your vows. Now that he's rightfully hurt and angry, you're here seeking validation for your remorse? You're the one who messed up, and your husband has every right to be upset. Your affair wasn't a mistake. It was a conscious decision you made. Your guilt is a result of your own actions catching up to you. If you truly want to make things right, start by respecting his space and giving him the time he needs to heal. Your relationship may never be the same, and that's the consequence of your choices. Your actions speak louder than your words. You're only upset because your husband found out, not because you actually feel bad about what you did. You messed up big time, and now you're facing the consequences. Your marriage may never be the same, and that's on you. Don't expect sympathy from anyone for your poor decisions.